There it is, guys. That's the calf tear. You can see how the muscle is indented. You can see that shadow area in the middle of the calf. That's where the damage is. Right now, I'm pretty much pain free. I can actually go all the way up on my toes. I could do body weight as far as calf presses, which, by the way, I've only done 5 reps yesterday, and that's about it. I definitely want to take another 2-3 weeks to definitely let it heal before I start really trying to do anything on it. As you can see here, I found an exercise I could basically do for quads, and that's Smith squats. Free weight squats was definitely a no-go. I attempted it with the bar, didn't happen, so I found Smith squats. As long as I could get my feet out in front of me and have my heels spread out pretty far, it allows me to get pretty deep without pressing down on that calf. And as long as I push off with the heel of my foot and not with my toes, I feel no pain whatsoever in that calf. So I'm able to do Smith squats. And also, I make sure I haven't been lifting pretty heavy. I've just been lifting light with it to be safe. Here I am in between sets helping out my fiance with the baby. She needed to load up the car because she was off doing errands. So of course I'm going to do my deed and take care of the kid in between sets. Which, by the way, how can you resist that face? Look at that. But anyways, here it is, another set, different angle. You can see how I step out in front with a Smith squat. I make sure I keep my back flat during the movement. I don't. It's not like a normal squat where you would let your hips fly back. This one, you're kind of making sure your back stays flat. It's almost you're trying to mimic basically a hack squat, so you don't hurt your low back on a Smith machine. Um, but yeah, it feels pretty good. It's like I said, as long as I keep the pressure on my heels and not my toes, it's relatively safe. I'm not really feeling anything in my calf. So this is one exercise I'm definitely going to keep in for the meantime, and I shouldn't lose any progress whatsoever as far as leg development or anything like that moving into my 2014 season. So really happy I'm able to still find an exercise that I can actually hit my legs with. Hamstrings, basically been doing RDLs with the Smith machine as well. It's kind of awkward, but it allows me not to go all the way down, so I'm able to really control the depth of how far I go down on the RDL. So I'm only able to go down about halfway, so my calf doesn't overstretch. And basically, I really focus on contracting, thrusting my hips forward, contracting the glutes and hamstrings. So I'm able to work hammies, glutes that way. So the only thing I can't really work is calves. And here I am testing the waters with deadlifts. 2 plates. I did 4 sets, 10 reps. No, again, all my pressure's on my back heel, nothing on my toes. So calf is totally fine here, and I'm not going to really push it at all with the weight and keeping it fairly light with these. Alright guys, that was basically a recap of how I'm training around the calf injury as far as my leg training. Um, I've been training upper body, but it's been a little bit different as of late. I know prior to the calf tear, I was doing a lot. I was following a progression scheme. Lower reps, 4 to 6 rep ranges. I would do some hyper work in there, but a lot of it was geared towards power and a lot of lower reps, like 4 to 6, and trying to gain strength. And since that tear, it's kind of put this fear in my mind, this to be careful not to lift so damn heavy all the time. So I've backed off. So the next couple months, I'm basically going to be doing more hyper work, more volume, and go with that for a while, and let my confidence kind of pick back up again. And so I've been doing that, and I kind of want to see what the next couple months will bring with that type of training. It's just that solely type of training, no power in there, just all hyper work. Still going to be increasing the weight a little bit, but I'm still the rep range is going to be, 10 to 12s, 8 to 12, somewhere in there. Definitely just going with more volume right now. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm not letting that calf tear stop me. Still pushing through, and so that everything's going really well with that. And I plan on doing a lot of vlogging because I'm going to be starting my prep in September, officially starting my prep in September. So I'd like to do at least a weekly vlog or bi-monthly or something like that, just so you kind of see updates. Um, the thing I did do the last couple weeks since this calf injury was really thought about, okay, what do I do have control over right now? And that is my nutrition and my diet. And so I really started tightening things up a little bit with my fat intake. I've basically just lowered down my fat intake. In the off season, I'm pretty much I eat for the most part whatever I want within reason. Of course, I have I average anywhere from 60 to 90 grams of fat a day. I average anywhere from 4 to 500 carbs. Protein's right around 200, give or take 20. So right now I'm really focusing on keeping my fats lower down to like in the 60 range. And I've been doing that for the past 2 weeks, and basically I've dropped 5 pounds since doing that. So I went from 210 to 205. So it's not an official start of my prep, but it's just one small adjustment I made that's really kicked things off. So sometimes you don't have to be aggressive with adjustments. You use something really small, and it kind of gets things started. So, 5 pounds off. It just gave me that much of a head start when I do start my prep in September. So that's one thing I've really focused on, is just having control of that part of my protocols training. I should say, since I can't really train the way I want to or would like to right now. But I definitely can get a little bit tighter on nutrition and all that. So really liking that aspect and what it's brought so far in the past couple weeks. And then on that note, I just want to talk about a little bit. Last Saturday, I went to my brother's bodybuilding show. My brother Paul, he's a natural bodybuilder as well. He's been competing for a long time now, just like me, and at 47 years old, he definitely brought his A game. He definitely brought his best ever. And to those people who say you can't make improvements in your 40s, well, I think he proves otherwise. He just simply brought the conditioning like no other. He's just nasty shredded, and that's something I'm going to definitely try to duplicate myself next year. And next year is going to be crazy because we're going to have so many friends and people to compete with, like my brother Alberto Nunez, Brad Loomis, um, all these guys, my brother's friends, Edgar, Alberto. So we're going to have, and then all these other 3D MJers, all our friends and athletes. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be so much fun next year. I can't wait to get back on stage. Sure, I definitely want to place well. I definitely, that's a priority, is to be competitive, because in the past it was always, the last couple seasons anyway, it's been, let's go have some fun. I'll do the best I can. But this year I'm still gonna have fun. Don't get me wrong. I want to have fun first and foremost, but I want to be competitive, and that means I want to bring my A game like my brother did. If I could bring that conditioning, if I could bring this, maybe a little bit bigger package than I did in 2011, then I feel I'll definitely be competitive, and I'm really looking forward to that. So, um, but anyways, guys, that's basically it for me. Here's a couple pictures. One is of my brother, his conditioning. It's one I took backstage of him before prejudging, and the other photo is just the kind of the group of guys we hung out with that day. As you can see, there's 4 off-season dudes and one prep dude, one shredded dude. So, but anyways, we had a great time, and how can I be freaking depressed right now uh when I have this?
Hi.